Polaroid instant camera lets you be sure you have the shot right away. So it also lets you make it better right away. And better still, till you just can't do any better. And you know what's best of all? When you get just the one you want, it makes it easier to share the...
And no filter needed before I post this.
Hi viewers, I hope you're all doing well. So last year in November, I started playing Life is Strange, and it is one of the games that I should have been playing when it was released back in 2015.
Oh, yo!
And I finished playing it somewhere in December of 2021, and then I played the remastered when it came out in February of 2022. I play each episode in every week, so I get to experience the same sort of hype like how it was released episodically back in 2015. And I absolutely love this game. It's the brilliant storytelling and the sense of nostalgia that makes it so good. I even replayed it many times with different choices that gave different outcomes in future events. It is such an amazing video game that I think people should experience at least once in their lifetime. Now, what's interesting to me as an avid photographer is the theme of the game, which is photography. Maxine Caulfield is a photographer.
Never Maxine.
Max is a photography student that studies at Blackwell Academy in Arcadia Bay, and she uses a very interesting camera that ejects a photo instantly after she takes a shot. Now, I have actually seen this type of camera before, like the Fuji Instax, but I have never seen this type of camera before in real life, so I had no clue what it is. And I also have heard people calling them Polaroids. I do know they make instant films and cameras, but I have never seen one before in real life.
I should take a quick picture now. Shit.
So I went to the internet to find some information about Max's camera. The first camera she's using was based off a Polaroid 600 camera, which was made from the early to mid 1980s. It is a cheap plastic camera that was made out of plastic. The one she's using in the game was probably based off this Job Pro edition, made for construction workers. The second camera she's using later in the game was based off this Polaroid Spectra series. The Spectra is a more premium quality camera that pops up like this when ready for taking photos. However, the film for the Spectra has been discontinued in 2019, but for the 600 camera, the film can still be purchased today.
I believe Max has taken what you kids call a Daguerrean process.
Are you serial?
For a wonderful...
But they are in fact quite expensive as of today. It is more expensive than the Instax films made by Fujifilm. Now this is my Instax SQ1. I've been using it to take pictures of my families, I take street photos, I took cat photos and some other stuffs. And it also uses the brand new Instax square film format. The Instax is also a very reliable camera and gives out consistent results compared to the Polaroid films. I'll talk about the film later. Anyways, that was many months ago shooting with the Instax, and now I'm intrigued to try a Polaroid camera to see what it's like. So after several weeks of researching, I found one in Facebook Marketplace. And here it is. This is the Polaroid 600 Supercolors, made from 1986 till 1992. I have no idea when this unit was made, but whatever. I bought it for 180 ringgit, and that's about $41 US or 38 euros. It is a boxy, cheap camera with its sharp square design, but most importantly, it's cheap. The film that it uses is a 600 film type like this one. So basically all 600 cameras can fit this 600 film. It comes in color, in monochrome, a duochrome, and there's even a green duochrome that was released a few weeks ago. There's even a round frame version instead of the typical square frame. There are plenty of design choices for your aesthetic needs. Now let's talk about this film. Like I said earlier, the film is more expensive than the Instax, like a lot. Mainly because of the high production costs, and they are exclusively made in the Netherlands today. And also this new film only has 8 films in it, rather than the usual 10. They did it because these new Polaroid films are thicker than the original ones. But hey, it's still better than nothing, right? You can still buy them online or even directly from the new Polaroid website. And for the price of this one pack of film, well, it will cost you 20 euros or 20 US dollars. But for me, it cost me like 97 ringgit. It is expensive. Now let's get back to the camera. To start it up, first you have to load the film. You open the film door like this to insert the film. The film cartridge has a built-in battery, so when you insert it in, you have power. I'm using a used cartridge that has a dark slider in it. I would recommend asking one for testing your camera and the motor that ejects the film. Now put the film in, close the film door, and the camera will start to eject whatever is on top of the film. To operate this camera is pretty simple. You pull up the front part of the camera by simply lifting up the flash unit like this. It will snap in place and you will see a red LED light indicating that the flash unit is charging up. If you see a green light, that means the flash is ready to be used. If you don't, just wait for a few seconds or even minutes. Also take note, if you leave the camera open for quite some time, the camera will turn itself off. To wake them up again, just press the main shutter button halfway down like this. When I first got this camera to work with a spare cartridge that I got for free, it took me around 15 minutes to charge up the flash. It takes that long because all the power from the flash capacitor has gone out over the years. So don't panic if yours doesn't show a green light. Just wait a bit longer. If you still don't see a green light, that means the flash is probably faulty and you cannot use the flash. Just get a new camera. Right now, here's the main shutter button. This button allows you to take photo with the flash. You can do that by pressing down this button here all the way down. There is a second way of taking a picture. Press this button behind the first one and this will take a picture without the flash. Also, when you take a picture, the film counter will just go down like this. Now, here's a tip though. If you want to take a picture, just remember to use the flash all the time. Polaroid cameras tend to give a rather dark and high contrast images. So if you take a picture indoors or even outdoors, but it's slightly dark, just press the main shutter button to use the flash.
New system with a piece of the sun inside. It can turn bad light into good pictures.
What's wrong with that, son?
It's never where you want it. Like now. See, you've never been so sure of an instant picture.
The ISO rating or ASA rating for this film is 640, compared to the Instax film 800. Now the third feature this camera has is an exposure compensation slider right here. So if you want to brighten up your image, you just slide it to the right, and to darken your photo, just slide it to the left. Now let's take a look at the bottom part of this camera right here. This camera doesn't have a tripod mount, as you can see by this blank dot right here. I believe some models like the Job Pro editions do come with a standard tripod mount, so you can mount it on a tripod. Now for the fourth and last feature, I think, is the strap right here. As you can see, it is a very long strap and for some reason, you cannot remove it. It's stuck there. You can take it out though, but you have to disassemble the whole body. And this whole camera is made out of plastic, so if you try to take it out, you might break something and it might not work and you might cry. And this is how you close the camera. There you go, simple as that. Now let's take it out to take some nice photos, but first, some lunch. Somewhere. I've got a camera here. Still see something inside. So make sure you throw away the silver wrapper in a proper place. Now let's put the film inside the camera. Let's open the film door and shove that thing in. You'll notice there's a lid coming out when you insert the film. This is for the film to come out when you take a photo. Now close the door and then it automatically ejects the dark slider. And after that, your camera is ready to be used. Oh yeah, before I forgot, so after you've taken a picture using a Polaroid camera or any instant film camera, don't ever shake the film because it will not work, it won't do anything, and it will damage the film. The film can be developed by itself if you put it in a dark place. So for Polaroid films, you store it in a dark place for 15 minutes, and black and white film for 10 minutes.
Okay, take a photo of that. Maybe the bike is not that pretty, I don't know. Like, let's throw in the river or something. Go back. There you go.
Into fast right, 50, double, triple caution, triple caution, ditch on left.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, check out that tree over there. I ain't gonna try. Yeah. Pop the lens, see green flash. I'll try use flash this time. Or maybe you can just like play with the exposure a bit. I'm gonna try increase because it's getting dark. So let's take a photo, frame rate. Very nice. Since it's getting dark and no one's around anymore, I'm gonna take a photo of this bicycle that I rented. I'm gonna frame it with this line here. I think that'll be fine. 3, 2, 1. There you go. I mean, look at that. Not bad. That's the, I think it's the third photo that I took. It's a bit dark, I guess.
So there you go, 5 terrible photos taken without any use of flash. Like I said earlier, if you want to take pictures outside and it's slightly dark, just use the flash. Even the box for the film suggests that you should always use the flash when taking photos. So, about the camera. I think this is a great tool for you to use if you have passion for photography and wanted to learn new methods of making artworks. It may not have the other features like the later models do, like a tripod mount or a close-up lens, or one of my favorites, the Sonar autofocus system that was first introduced in the SX70. But still, it is a great fun camera for you to use and learn how instant photography works if you're into film photography. You can pick up any of these 600 cameras and they all will just be the same. Most of them are. You can find a lot of these 600 cameras anywhere. Just go to flea markets or car boot sales or even camera shop. They are mass produced back then. Just pick up one, test it with your spare cartridge and they'll just work fine. Because they are super durable, cheap, it's a fun camera to have. And yes, about the film price, it is expensive. There is nothing much you can do now. other than just wait for the people in the Netherlands to lower the cost of producing the films. If you're really on a tight budget, you can go ahead and pick up an Instax camera. They are reasonably priced, well made, have better image quality, and the films are sold everywhere, and has 10 films rather than just 8. But if you have the desire to have a bigger size print and that nostalgic look, you can go ahead and buy one Polaroid. It's a great thing to have. You'll love it. Anyways, I think that's all for this video. I might do some other review videos, maybe a review of this bicycle or something.
Oh no, which one's my bike?
I've never done review videos before.
Oh, fan!